Hello and welcome to Roving Report, a program that looks at the Northeast in all its dimension and brings you the changing mood and tenor of the region in all its colors. I'm your host Lumpim Vishum, and the highlights of today's program are: people cast their votes with enthusiasm in the Northeast in the 16th Lok Sabha polls. Cultural event to motivate young voters from the Northeast held in Delhi. Beating retreat ceremony at Indo-Bangladesh border in Agartala attracts tourists. And Governors Cup Taekwondo Championship in Imphal attracts large participation. People in the northeastern region participated enthusiastically in the 16 Lok Sabha elections. Amid a boycott call by some insurgent outfits, many people came out to cast their votes in the first two phases, which concluded recently. We have a detailed report.
Men and women, young and old, enthusiasm was visible on the face of every voter in the Northeast as they cast their ballot to choose their representative for the Lok Sabha. The huge turnout in first two phases amid threats by insurgent outfits indicates the people's faith in democracy. In Meghalaya, voting for two parliamentary constituencies was held peacefully, with the state witnessing 71% voter turnout. People defied an election boycott call by outlawed Haini Trib National Liberation Council to come out and vote. In Arunachal Pradesh, around 71% of voters exercised their franchise for the 2 Lok Sabha and 49 assembly seats. There were reports of miscreants burning down some poll material in Sarli in Kurung Kume district.
हम तो यही होप रखते हैं कि जो भी नेता शायद हमारे लिए कुछ अच्छा काम कर पाए, तो उस टाइप की नेता को अगर हम चुने और अगर उसे वोट करके जिताए तो शायद वो हमारे लिए सही मायने रखे.
Lot of expectation from the MP and MLA. We need a developed nation, not a developing nation, obviously. And nation को थोड़ा change होना चाहिए rather than changing. हमेशा it's always changing. It should be changed nation, not a changing one.
The election for the lone parliamentary seat in Nagaland registered a high voter turnout of 81.47%. 2,059 polling booths saw long queues of voters. A total of 33 companies of Central Armed Police Force were deployed for the peaceful conduct of elections in the state. Enthusiasm was high among people in Assam as they came out to vote in large numbers on April 7. 75% of the 64.4 lakh voters exercised their franchise peacefully in 5 Lok Sabha constituencies in the first phase of polling in the state, sealing the electoral fate of 51 candidates. The second and third phase of voting will take place on 12th and 24th April.
हम यही चाहते हैं जो हम लोग का नौजवानों के जो हम लोग का जो समस्या है उसको दूर होना चाहिए, और यहाँ पर जो हम लोग का चाय जान जाती है, स्पेशली जो है हम लोग का जो मजदूरी है उसको बढ़ना चाहिए. एक अच्छी सरकार होना चाहिए जो गरीब लोगों को सोचना चाहिए.
देश में बहुत सारा प्रॉब्लम है. हमारी देश तो बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम से, बहुत समस्या से जर्जरित देश है. इसीलिए ये समस्या समाधान हो, उचित नेता, अच्छा नेता, कर्तव्यनिष्ठ नेता हमारा आगे बढ़े और सरकार गठन करे, हम लोग की देश की संभाले देश को. इसीलिए हम वोट देने आए हैं.
Voters in Tripura queued up since early morning on 7th April outside the 1,605 polling stations to cast their vote for the West Tripura seat. The state witnessed a high voter turnout of over 85% in the first phase of election. Keeping in mind the threat from militant outfits, adequate security personnel were deployed in the region. The second phase of polling will take place on 12th.
5 बजे सुबह हम लाइन थी, अभी तक वोट दे के जा रहे हैं. वोट बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है, लोग बहुत भीड़ है, सब बहुत सही है, खूब अच्छा है वोट देने के लिए, कोई बात नहीं.
In Manipur, polling for the Outer Manipur Lok Sabha seat witnessed an 80% voter turnout. It was mostly peaceful, barring an attack on the Deputy Speaker of the Manipur Legislative Assembly, Prisho Shimre, by suspected cadres of NSC and IM while he was returning after casting his vote. There were reports that NSC and IM cadres had captured 10 polling stations of the Chingai Assembly constituency. The second phase of polling for the inner constituency will take place on 17th. People are looking forward to an era of peace and development.
Tangdu leitaba yamna public singa yamna samnana mapung phana miyam gi thawak tawgudaba adum sarkar ama pamje
koi india democracy je koi unity and diversity leimina koi communal am kai dharma jati sab am makhal am leimina koi simam pula punja laga india ji ama toiba yam peace oiba kana pamda mo development oiba pamda yam thai democracy yam di thaje koi.
The counting is scheduled to take place on May 16th. The large participation of voters is a reflection of their faith in democracy and their desire for a government that can bring about peace and development.
A large number of people from the Northeast live in New Delhi. In order to motivate them to cast their votes in Lok Sabha elections, the donor ministry, in collaboration with the district election officer, hosted a cultural program at Nehru Park in the capital. Take a look.
Recently, Northeast Cultural Program cum Voter Awareness Program was held at Nehru Park in Delhi. The program was part of the Election Commission's Let's Celebrate a Vibrant Democracy campaign to create awareness among the Northeastern people to cast their votes in Lok Sabha elections. Vijay Dev, Chief Electoral Officer, Delhi, Robin Hibu, Joint Commissioner, Delhi Police, Arkur Garg, Nodal Officer, Delhi Election Commission, Abhayankar, DM, New Delhi, were present at the event. During the event, Manipuri students performed Lai Haroba, Pung Cholom, stick dance and enthralled the audience with some other acts. Artists from the Northeast also performed a Nagasumi war dance, Paiti traditional dance, Bihu dance from Assam and a colorful Mizo bamboo dance.
ये जो इंटीग्रेशन का ऑब्जेक्टिव है, ये हमारा प्राइमरी ऑब्जेक्टिव इसमें रहा है और फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम ये जो इनिशिएटिव लिया गया वोटिंग राइट्स के ज़रिए, ये एक स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट है और इसी को आगे बढ़ाते हुए हम लोग अलग अलग स्टेप्स लेंगे ये इंश्योर करने के लिए कि सारे नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न हमारे भाई बहन हमारे साथ पूरी तरह से सम्मिलित हो जाएं, इंटीग्रेट हो जाएं और सारी फैसिलिटीज़ वो उसी तरीके से एंजॉय करें जिस तरीके से दिल्ली का हर दूसरा नागरिक एंजॉय करता है.
We want to make our voter rolls inclusive and healthy, and we found that there are lots of our brothers and sisters from the Northeast who are residing in Delhi, but they are not represented in the voter list in the proportion in which they are staying in Delhi. So that's why I thought that we should reach out to these voters. So we organized a special camp for their enrollment, and we were able to enroll a large number of voters.
The event was organized by the Delhi government in collaboration with Donor Ministry. At the event, a photo gallery was also set up. Many children and youth took part in painting to encourage more people to vote.
This time, I think the Northeast students have come forward to register themselves, and in that special registration camp, around 6,000 have registered themselves to show that we will vote, and then we hope that by voting this time, at least some changes we expect. At least we also think that the government, the politicians, they will be more serious on our issues.
Tetsuo's sisters from Nagaland also performed a folk song. Later, blending chords enthralled the audience. Through their song, they sent out a message of love, peace and unity.
we should be talking about integration and not racism. And with elections coming up, all these issues are also coming up. It's wonderful that we can all get together at a place like this, talk about something which is important.
Such events not only promote the culture of the Northeast but also raise awareness about the importance of voting among the people of the country.
Let us now take a look at some of the events that made news in the Northeast recently.
A 7-day national mime workshop and performances were recently organized by the Kangli Mime Theatre Repertory in collaboration with the Indian Mime Theatre Kolkata and Liberty Theatre Kakching at the Arts and Culture Guest House. Around 58 youth and children from the Northeast and West Bengal participated in the meet organized under the sponsorship of the Sangeet Natak Academy, New Delhi and the Ministry of Culture. Following the training, the young artists presented a play titled Love Your Nature at the Jawaharlal Nehru Manipur Dance Academy. Through the plays, the artists tried to depict the harmful effects of destroying the environment. In order to revive the traditional sport, archers from all over the Khasi region recently came together at the Polo Ground in Shillong to participate in an archery competition organized by the Afira Archery Committee. 108 teams from different himas of the Khasi and Jantia Hills as well as 26 young boys competed against each other. The organizers aim to promote and preserve the traditional sports to make them popular.
India not only shares a long border with Bangladesh but also has close ties with it. The two neighbors have been making sincere efforts to promote better understanding among the people. The border security forces of both countries have been conducting the beating retreat ceremony at the Petropol-Benapol checkpost, which attracts many tourists. Take a look.
Smart and energetic, the border security forces of India and Bangladesh perform an impressive beating retreat ceremony at Petropol-Benapol border near Agartala. The lowering of flags ceremony every evening attracts many tourists.
Situation between both the countries is now improving day by day. The lot of tourists are also visiting this retreat ceremony at this Agartala checkpost every day.
Similar to arrangements at Wagah on India-Pakistan border, efforts are on to develop the infrastructure at Petropol-Benapol border checkpost. It includes galleries for tourists to watch the ceremony. The BSF recently inaugurated a cafeteria for visitors. It is believed the ceremony will help people from both countries to come closer.
Definitely we need that peace, and we would like to see more of people commuting from one state to the other or our countries to the other countries, and then develop more cordial relations rather than people getting scared of coming here and
India shares a 4,096-kilometer long border with Bangladesh, the longest boundary it has with any of its neighbors. Officials of both countries have been interacting regularly, and joint efforts are being made to improve infrastructure along the border to curb cross-border crimes and promote trade and people-to-people contact.
Insurgent outfits in Manipur have made life difficult for people through repeated acts of violence. Recently, they hurled a bomb at the residence of NIT director in Imphal. The students and teachers of the institute staged a protest against the incident. We have a report.
On April 6, some suspected cadres of KCP outfit hurled 2 hand grenades at the residence of the director of National Institute of Technology, Sarungam Birendra, at Nambol Bazar, Makhalekai. One grenade exploded near the outer wall of the residence, while the other one didn't go off. It was later disposed by the bomb disposal team of Manipur police. While there was no casualty, the explosion caused some damage to the building.
ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯅꯣꯂꯦꯖꯗꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯝꯇ ꯗꯤꯃꯥꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯝꯇ ꯊ꯭ꯔꯦꯇꯟ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯐ꯭ꯔꯤꯂꯤ ꯃꯨꯚ ꯇꯧꯔꯒ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯩꯖꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯀꯔꯤꯝꯇ ꯑꯀꯤꯕ ꯂꯩꯖꯗꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯑꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁ꯭ꯋꯥꯏꯗ ꯃꯄꯥꯟꯕꯨ ꯊꯣꯛꯑꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯆꯠꯄꯨ ꯆꯠꯂꯤ ꯊꯣꯡꯁꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯄꯨꯡꯍꯥꯡꯗ ꯍꯥꯡꯉ ꯂꯩ ꯃꯤꯅꯕꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯌꯦꯕ ꯀꯩꯗꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯊꯣꯡꯁꯦ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯥꯡ ꯊꯝꯃꯤꯅꯣꯅ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯀꯔꯤꯝꯇ ꯏꯁꯥꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯝꯇ ꯑꯀꯤꯕ ꯂꯩꯇꯅ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯩꯖꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯊꯥꯖꯖꯗꯦ.
The students and teachers staged a sit-in protest in the institute premises to condemn the grenade attack at the director's residence. They requested the insurgent outfits not to disrupt education.
We want peace, we want progress. So if the disturbance is there, we cannot go for progress. And we are making our students, and the students are the pillars of the nations. If we are facing many problems like violence or anything, then we cannot go to our own way. So let us make peace.
I think this kind of incident should not happen again. And it has wasted our time, and we have class right now. And this kind of incident is a disturbance to us actually, that it has created a problem.
Bomb attacks, killings, kidnappings and extortion of money by militant groups has made life difficult for the people in Manipur. They are tired of living in fear and want the insurgent outfits to give up violence so that they can lead a normal life.
The Northeast has a large pool of sporting talent who, if given the right opportunities, can bring laurels to the region. Recently, the 10th Governor's Cup Taekwondo Championship held in Manipur witnessed the participation of a large number of youth from the area. Take a look.
When it comes to sports, the youth in the Northeast are second to none. Sport events are being conducted in the region regularly to give the youngsters a platform to showcase and hone their skills. Young Taekwondo practitioners from 9 districts of Manipur came together recently at the Khuman Lampak Indoor Stadium to participate in the 10th Governor's Cup Taekwondo Championship 2014. Altogether, 410 participants, including 210 girls and 200 boys from different units of the All Manipur Taekwondo Association, took part in the 4-day-long championship. The tournament was held in 4 categories: sub-junior, junior, senior and cadet.
We would like to promote this particular events, and such type of tournament, I think our players will improve their talents and there might be some interest in this field.
The championship came into being in 2005 and is now a regular annual feature. The State Association is looking forward to produce competent Taekwondo practitioners who can represent the state at the national and international level. Performance in the tournament will determine selection for the forthcoming national championships.
Taekwondo sanabji style boy kari boy, moi sum sanabji da muthak me do. Ai saitaji mayam punna sanamina ga Taekwondo ji phawa yono Manipur ge phaw photo chani.
Such events provide budding sportspersons a platform to showcase their skills and encourage them to opt for a career in sports. While there is no dearth of talent in the Northeast, more importance needs to be given to infrastructure development and better training facilities for the sportspersons so that they can perform better and bring laurels for the state and country.
With that, we have come to the end of this episode of Roving Report. I'm your host Limpim, signing off. Do send in your feedback and suggestions to roving@anin.com. Goodbye and see you next week.